And here on False Advertising, we have...
Nobody, nothing.
I love technology when it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I think, oh, God, my computer is so crap. That went from 20 to 2.
Wow.
Did you hear anything? Because I didn't. I didn't hear a thing.
Yeah.
That was a boss
the
tune. That was banging, mate.
Was that any good?
But you didn't have the drop.
I know.
You didn't have the drop. You left us blue ball, mate. Oh.
That's where I need. That's where I need your help. Problem being, Shaw the man with such things. The East. Yeah, we need the Cockney Spock EastEnders drop.
Doctor Who EastEnders. Oh no, I'm in another universe, Lala. Oh. Yes,
no, boys.
Yeah,
come on, boys. We've got 4 viewers, so let's not piss them off already.
We've
not even got to 2 minutes, and we're pissing them off already. Hello, gents. How are you today?
Are you assuming their gender?
No, I'm talking to you. I know you're gents.
Are you assuming our gender?
Touche.
Listen,
15 all.
just a assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups.
Right.
Oh, abstract.
Deep.
Out the court.
Yeah, if
that's what she said.
if
we've got 2-pack in the house.
He's risen from the dead.
He has, especially for us.
I know, I can't believe it. Yeah, this is the what's it? UK Nooner. Sorry, Gary, we've nicked your name, mate. This is just us talking about, really, isn't it? So, yeah, the UK Nooner. So,
nice.
Gentlemen, how are you? Cockney, how are you?
Yeah, all right, geezer. How are you, mate? All right.
Yeah, not bad. Problem being,
aye.
You good?
Aye.
Did you get up in time?
But I'm here, aren't I?
I don't know, mate. You tell us.
I don't know either.
And last but not least, the channel favourite, especially of Cockney Spock, the Mega Geek. Hello, Ian.
Hey,
hello.
Mega Geek.
How are you? How are you guys?
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. What's
busy day for you today?
Oh God, yeah. I'm on Dan's channels at 4, I think. So I don't know what I'm talking about there.
Let me guess what you'll be talking about on Dan's channel.
Dr. Pooh.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Nice, straight in.
Yeah. I take it you've still not seen the special.
Oh no, not at all. I really don't want to see it, to tell you the truth.
No.
As I said, I saw one clip where the TARDIS got like somebody scrunched it or something, but that was about it. I thought, nah.
you got to do something with that police box. It's problematic.
Yeah.
I watched a really funny video that someone posted. They sort of did a re-edit. And it's really funny. I have to look it up. It's well worth checking out.
Yeah.
And what were they re-editing?
Well, they re-edited the they do like a comedy spoof of the Daleks,
right?
And it's called Not My Daleks.
Oh, I saw that. I saw some of it.
It's really good. Yeah. It's really funny.
Was it better than the genuine article?
Yeah, well, I don't know because I didn't watch it, but like I watched that, and that was probably better than the entire episode.
What I find quite interesting is that the rabbi and Noel thought that last episode was the best thing that Chibnall had written. Now that's not, I mean, well, that's not
much.
Yeah, it doesn't take much, but I found it very interesting. But I can't believe that, you know, it's of that level at all, because it doesn't look like of that level. But I'll never find out unless I have to watch it, of course.
No, but that Not My Daleks thing is really good. Basically, it's got like the new Daleks, which is like the new fans of like the Jodie stands, and then look, you got the classic, well, the modern classic Daleks, which are like the Not My Doctor people. It's so funny.
But Ian, I'm sure there must be 1% of you that wants to watch, just out of a morbid curiosity that you want to watch.
Look, the only reason I'd watch it is if Dan, wants me to go on his channel and I need to criticize it or whatever. I'd watch it then, but I have no interest in the Jodie version of Doctor at all. I tell you what, guys, I was watching a TV show last night on Netflix. I was so bored.
A what?
A TV show. And it was a BBC TV show called Back to Life, and it starred two people that were in Doctor Who. So starred Joe Martin, and it starred, I can't remember, the main actress is the girlfriend of the big fat guy, the Tenant, that episode, The Tenant, with Matt
oh
Smith.
God, no. Oh, him.
What's his name? Yeah.
Yeah, fat
him, but his girlfriend.
I bet he'll be happy to hear that when he's tuning in later tonight. That's how they'll remember me.
The one I had a run in with Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, but his girlfriend was
the
star.
That's
Stewart of the
Stewart's
show.
A bit tasty.
We have a message from the dead, and the message is: Jodie is a shit stain on the drawers of a royal undergarment. She's not that good, mate. She's not that good.
Wow.
She's not that good.
That's pretty salty.
Okay, well that's it. We've heard from Jodie Whittaker's agent. Thanks for writing.
I'm sure I said
it's not good, is it? It's not good, is it?
I keep saying this, right? I'm pretty sure that she's kind of she's actually dig a hole for herself, but she
Did you see the picture of her Eddie of Scaro posted up on Twitter? Like they're filming in Wales, like in this weather, and there's a picture of her like in a massive overcoat with a hood on and like wet towel hair and looking miserable. It's like, God, that's putting her through the ringer, isn't it?
Loving every moment.
They're filming. They're making more while the country's in lockdown. Doctors, nurses, essential workers,
that's it. Yeah, Hollywood in America
Jodie's got to do.
And filming in the UK has been given a free pass because it's essential, apparently.
Essential to have our brains ruined by. I don't even watch it, so I don't know. But
speaking of lockdown, since we went into lockdown last March, this is day 295.
Have we flattened the curve yet? Have we flattened the curve yet? They said 2 weeks to flatten the curve, didn't they?
No, but more importantly, Jodie is out having a good time on your dime or penny.
I feel, to be fair, madness. I envy Tupac Shakur because he doesn't need, because obviously he's dead. He doesn't need to deal with all this daily shite of lockdown. So we respect you, Tupac. Well done, mate.
2-pack of what though? That's what I want to know.
2-pack of drawers. Shit stainless.
Do you know what? It's lockdown. Lockdown is a big waste of time, isn't it? All of it. It really is.
I just don't have the answer.
Let's just go through this, right? So the government's telling us we need to wear our masks when everybody knows that the particles are so small it doesn't matter if you wear a mask or not. So why
go through your eyes?
Filtered, yeah.
They can go through your eyes unless you're wearing full face covering, or a hazmat suit.
Yeah, exactly. So what's the point of wearing masks? Secondly, right, the pubs are shut because they're afraid people mixing. What about big superstores where we do our shopping? People mix there. So none of it makes any sense to me. But none of it makes any sense to me at all. None of it.
I just don't know when there'll be a point where we can return to normal. We've just, a hole has been dug, and I just don't see how we can get out of it.
So some insidious plan to reset the world, apparently.
Yeah, the great reset.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think that, and people are just taking it.
Oh, it's a new world order rebranded. That's all it is.
I tell you what, right? On Sunday, I was really scared for my mum because she went to get the vaccine. A lot of people said, it's a good thing that she got the vaccine, but we all don't know what's in that thing. And the trials, they didn't really trial it too well. So I was a bit scared for my mum, and she was a bit apprehensive as well. She got it in the end, but I just thought to myself, this is just a huge risk because
it's supposed to take 10 years minimum to develop and test and make safe a vaccine.
Just desperation.
They can fast track these things, but even then, it should take at least 5 years or something. Not like 8 months.
Yeah.
Well, my father's had the vaccine. He's 92. He had it about 2 weeks ago, and his third arm is coming along very nicely.
My mum knows how to use Microsoft computers now. She never did before, but
she'll have an extra arm. So yeah, sorted. Yeah. Everything's just less than a year to go from drawing board effectively to sticking it in people. It's not good.
It doesn't inspire confidence.
No. Also, somebody said that Dave Cullen's channel had been wiped from YouTube, but I went on YouTube and he was still there.
That. Yeah, I saw that. Also.
Weird. I'm confused.
I'll have to have a look.
Is it a publicity stunt?
I don't know.
Oh, someone's typing again. Shopping.
Unless if he's not allowed to post new stuff.
Well, I don't know, but they said it wasn't there anymore.
It's
on Twitter, and it's there.
What was the stuff he was posting that was against?
Sorry.
What was the material he was posting that was against guidelines?
Talking about
he said try thinking for yourself.
Yeah, he was talking about the bear bug, wasn't he? And how he got all these doctors on his channel explaining that it's not as bad as everybody was saying, and and all this stuff, and everything he said in the past 9 months has come true. Everything that he guessed have come true.
Well, that's it. If you're over the target, they'll get rid of you. That's the thing.
Do you think? Going back to the video, what the link, Ian, that you posted regards what Dave Cullen said about Doctor Who, 3 years ago, and what he said about the beer bug. Do you think Dave Cullen is like the second coming?
I don't think it's a second coming, but I do think he's a very clever man, though, and also he's got his finger on the pulse when it comes to things like this, and he was spot on with Doctor Who. He was. If you look at that video, it was a very long time that he did that, and everything that he said has come to pass. So he's not.
He's from the future.
You posted the link, and I watched it, and then I thought this is pretty fucking good, and then I realised it was 3 years ago, and it's like whoa.
Yeah, he's pointed out everything, but this is the thing, you see. As I said, I think all of this is happening because of the big reset. This is why I suspect. I mean, I reckon 20 years ago, even 30 years ago, they actually had a think tank and they thought of all this. It's not how could it be a coincidence that every one of our pop culture things is been infested with this kind of agenda?
Of course it is. Yeah, it's not a coincidence. And for anyone who thinks it is, I'm sorry.
It's a coincidence because they coincide, but it's not a chance coincidence.
It's not a chance coincidence. Yeah. To draw a line. Sorry. When we say it's not a coincidence, we mean it's not a chance coincidence. It's a contrivance. It's a concerted effort. It's undoubted. I mean, if you look at the way that the long march through the institutions has happened. I mean, in the UK, and I think globally as well, you've got Common Purpose, who has infested and taken over the BBC, police, even members of Parliament are members of this secret charitable organisation which doesn't publish its minutes, operates under certain secrecy laws. Common Purpose.
So
it is one of those things. Well, that's it. That's the whole point. Who's heard of them? And it's insidious. I mean, we do have questions to ask. And I think that it's incumbent to get answers.
So you genuinely think that some meeting many years ago, some people came up with this idea of a big general reset? Well,
I mean, it's not. It's a matter of record. I mean, you've got them on video saying it. They've got videos produced telling you what their plans are. You've got Prince Charles in one of those videos, for heaven's sakes, and it's so overt. But yet, it's what is it? It's a global What's the name of that organization? Global Economics something or other. I can't remember what it is.
But it's that. Yeah, it's that they have. It's that. That's what they're using it. They're using this as So basically, it sounds so ludicrous that it can't be true, and that's their power. If it is true, and everybody's thinking that, then yeah, they can move silently through, and and basically be right there, and you wouldn't believe it. Do you know what I mean? So that's their power. So if they did set this thing in motion 20 years ago, or even 50 years ago, then yeah, we're a society that finds it very hard to believe. But it might be true. Who knows? It does. I do come to the conclusion that it is true. Looking around what's happening in this
stranger
world.
things have happened.
Yes, it's the World Economic Forum. If you actually go and look up World Economic Forum, and then you can watch some of the videos that they produce, it kind of reminds me of the sort of corporate videos that the what do you call them? The
Come to Telford.
I've been to Telford. I went to a rave in Telford.
the
A long time ago.
Did it close?
It was.
Listen. I was in a charity shop years ago, and I picked up a DVD by the Scientologist. The Scientologist released a DVD, and on that DVD was all the corporate adverts that they produced for different charitable organisations that they were fronting. But there was no mention in any of those corporate videos that it was the Church of Scientology behind it. It was all these different very corporate charitable organisations that they created, that they were the shell company for. But they had all these different fingers in different pies. And it's the same sort of thing with this World Economic Forum. It's really, really bizarre. But if you watch their videos, it really gives you a. I mean, Bono, Blair, and all these people are involved.
Just name dropping another YouTuber. You'll have that Ethan Van Sciver on board because he likes pies. Come on, one for the heads.
Also, another question I want to ask all of you. A question I want to ask all of you. Me first. All of you, in fact, is that do you think, right, that
occasionally
we do think
it's better for us?
Speak for yourself.
It's better for us to actually accept a governing body that actually governs everything. I'll give you an example, right? So, hold on.
We've just left one, haven't we?
No. But hold on. Just bear with me. So, for instance, right, Twitter is infested with different kinds of opinions. Yeah.
So I'm there 24/7.
So it's infested with people that want to change the world or sort of like, or mad or whatever. And same thing with Facebook. You can use Facebook for your own means, whatever, and all the platforms, in fact. Now, do you think we'll be better if say, some kind of government says let's just govern this, put some rules on, and so that people can basically not take advantage of it the way it's been taken advantage of. Yes, they'll be in totally control of it, and yes, they can do anything they want. But then again, that's what they've been doing for years and years and years. Do you think we'd be better that way than just?
Is that even a serious question?
It would be more honest, wouldn't it?
More overlords, more punishment.
I'll tell you the reason why I asked that question.
More government.
Cockney,
I want to go out. I want to scream. I want to breathe in the mask. I want to breathe in the particles. I want to just let Jodie act. Let her act. Fuck the economy. Fuck the nurses. If you're lucky.
Do you know what got me thinking?
Cockney.
Sorry.
Do you know what?
Speech over.
Do you know what got me thinking of that? Have you heard of Bob Lazar?
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of Bob Lazar?
No, who's Bob Lazar?
He's the guy who claimed to have worked at Area 51.
Yes.
Or Group
right, okay. Okay.
I saw this video of him, okay, and he said something that actually made me think. Right, he says a lot of things that made me think, but this one actually made me think. Right, it was the anniversary of the landing in Roswell and all that stuff, and he got invited because he's very shy. He doesn't want to be involved in any of this stuff, so he got invited to the museum that they created over there for the Roswell incident. and he doesn't like being interviewed, but the guy that broke the news originally about him, he convinced him to be interviewed for the anniversary. Have you ever seen this video?
Yeah.
So he was in his kitchen and they were talking about the whole thing. And he said one thing that made me believe what he was saying was true, but also made me think. He said he is very sorry that he came out and said all the things that he said, right? Because he could have been still in there and learning new things. And he thinks that he thinks that the people of today, of the world today, they cannot face the reality of the truth. So
you can't handle
you cannot handle the truth.
Yeah,
nothing is over.
So he thinks that, you know, he's stupid for him to open his mouth in the first place, and that's basically he should still be there and let, you know, there are things that the people should not know for their own benefit. So that's what made me think. I was thinking, well, maybe he's right. Maybe there's things that we shouldn't know, you know. Because the world is so complex, isn't it? Religion, different opinions, you know.
Yeah, but I think if there was a unifying force rather than this divide and rule situation, I think it doesn't advance us in any way. I think if there is something that can benefit mankind, it should be made known. But they're not going to until their hand is forced. And the only way their hand will be forced is through external pressure, you know, I think.
Maybe, I don't know. Just made me think. That's all. Whether it would be better if we were governed by, you know, by some organization that was, you know, that was in charge.
Because I think there are people that can handle it. I think it. Look, you know, I think there's definitely something to be said about people who can't handle the truth. But there's definitely a huge amount. I mean, a lot of polls were taken if people believed in aliens, and a huge amount. It was well over half anyway believed that aliens existed, and they wouldn't have.
It's because they needed plumbers. They needed
plumbers.
That's why they took the polls.
Well, they come to the wrong place because the prices are exorbitant.
Ja nie mówi po polsku. Ja mówi troszkę po polsku. Nie mówi angielsku.
What's that line? What's that line in Men in Black? He says it very well.
Ja nie wiem. Co mówi?
Do you remember that bit where they're on the bench and he says, well, people are smart. They can, you know, I can't remember the lines, but what Tommy Lee Jones said was spot on. He says, you know, a person could take this, but a whole mass of people, they can't. You know, they can't take the truth. You know, and it's kind of true, really, when you think about it.
I think I think it underestimates our capacity for understanding. I think.
Really?
I don't know.
Look what happens in America with Trump and people. You know, 4 people got killed. That was a mass of people.
Yeah, no, but you know, I think we always seem to think in terms of the fiction of groups, and I believe the groups are a fiction. I think, you know, the only reality really is the individual, and I think group mentality and group thinking is a fiction, and I think it's been something that we've been lulled into. But I think something like that would blow all that apart. I think it would mean a lot to a lot of people. I think it would give hope to a lot of people, a lot of fear to a lot of people. I think a lot of religion. I mean, we've already heard that, you know, the Catholics want to, if the aliens arrive, they're going to, you know, christen them. We've got
Kodos,
you know, end of the world types, and then you've got, like, you know, rednecks probably be waiting with rifles ready to shoot. And you're not from around here, are you?
You've just answered the question, haven't you?
Yeah, but I think
to take it.
I think that's the mentality we expect. But I think that if we were faced with the actual hard reality of it, I think that they would. It would be almost quite a disarming thing, which might not be a good thing. I mean, we don't know their intent. Trump actually tweeted when he, a few weeks ago, and he said, like, if the aliens ever did arrive, they'd probably want money. And we'd have to pay them money or something. Yeah, I thought it was quite funny. But I don't know. I think it could be a unifying thing. Maybe we would put aside, if we thought it was a threat, for example, we'd definitely think that, you know, well, there's something bigger than this, and we have to look out for each other now.
That's exactly what Reagan said, didn't he?
Do you
Right,
think?
yeah, exactly.
Do you think aliens have landed?
Oh, yeah, no, undoubtedly.
Yeah, Cockney Spock's one of them.
Yeah.
I say, what am I? Chopped liver over here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have the aliens landed?
The
I've
trouble
got
with
fucking
jelly
shit outside
deals.
now.
I would like to think if aliens have landed, that they were in a good mood.
Listen, they could have wiped us out ages ago. Listen,
Yeah.
they don't mean us any
Yes.
threat, so
Yes.
obvious.
Well, having said that, I mean, there might be very few of them, and they might be here tinkering with our world and trying to get us to destroy ourselves in various different ways. Who knows?
No, I mean, there's evidence that they've actually tried to stop us from.
Yeah, no, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I mean, we know that they can shut down nuclear facilities like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I mean, we're hearing all this stuff for decades from military whistleblowers, military pilots, commercial pilots. You know, people who, if they were fucking crazy, you wouldn't want in those planes in the first place.
Yeah.
I think we need to sit up and take notice. You know, I do think that it will become known. I think it might even happen in my lifetime, but they've been saying that for decades, so who knows? But as the world gets crazier, I think that it's probably inevitable. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I think loads of things going to happen in the next maybe 10 years or so, I reckon, and it's not going to be pleasant. That's what I think. This is what I suspect anyway. I hope not, though. I really hope not.
Well, things have to get worse before they get better. You know.
Do you think this coof is the first of the chain of events?
It does feel like it.
Yeah.
I can't really say for sure, but it does feel like something insidious is happening.
Yeah.
Because I saw another video, right? This nurse who went undercover and she had a camera on her, and they were basically taking people that were put into the hospital suspected of having the bear bug, and
Right.
they were putting them next to people that literally had the bear bug, and they were dying because they were getting the bear bug from them. And that, I mean, I don't know if you've seen that video, but it was a nurse that went undercover, and she had like a camera on her, a little camera on her, and so that's it's kind of disturbing,
Sorry,
really. Let's
it's
face it.
Sorry.
Come on, Cockney. You know,
No,
some
the last-
people have
the
had.
last time No, I know it's inappropriate, which makes it worse. I feel compelled to explain, and yet I feel that I shouldn't. Please carry on.
No, I'm just saying. If it's true,
Jesus.
that they're
How
literally.
dare you blaspheme?
But if it's true, then yeah, I mean, it's bad, isn't it? Absolutely bad.
I'm so sorry.
So,
I don't mean to make light of this situation.
But why are you
The last-
laughing? I don't understand.
I don't
the
care.
last time-
because he's
because
Cockney Spock.
Because the last time, it's because I'm trying not to laugh. The last time I heard the sentence "undercover nurse and camera" put together,
Undercover.
very
nurse.
different
Oh,
thing.
I see. Okay.
sorry.
All right,
Look,
I get it.
It's a tough time for the film industry. You
Not
get to work when you can get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Listen, Geek. Mega Geek. I told you that he operates on a different level to the rest of us.
Well,
That's
he's
not
an
an
alien,
alien.
isn't he?
We've all got bills to pay, mate.
It's all that.
But World Economic Forum would, you know, I mean, there is information about them where they were talking about this very
Exactly.
thing, this coof thing, before it happened, and what, you know, they thought should happen, and how, you know, I mean, they were role playing it, you know, that's the thing. So it's weird. Here we go. Yeah, all right.
Calm down. I know you're
Mute
excited.
me. Please mute me.
God. But yeah, they were game playing it.
I've muted him.
They were game playing it to see what they would do, how they would handle it. So it to me, that's telling in itself. You know, it really is. Oh, stop it, you.
It's what you call it. It's puzzling. I really want to know the truth, really, seriously, because a lot of people have lost their jobs over this, and a lot of people are suffering. You know, and I don't. Obviously, that's not right. But if they're doing it because they think at the end of the day, the world will be a better place. What about those people that lost their jobs? What are those people? I mean, there was that. I don't know if it's true, but somebody told me this, that somebody committed suicide because they looked into their bank account and they had £5 and they couldn't feed their family, and he committed suicide. Is that true?
I can believe that. You know, as I said, it's just crazy times.
It's likely to happen, you know. There was that guy who was walking along the beach in Wales, and you saw Doctor Who being filmed, and he was thinking about his family. You know, he couldn't go to work, his children, all the rest of it. He tweeted a pic because he took a picture, and he said, "How is this right that the BBC can film? You know, get paid for this, basically being pretenders, and he can't go to work and look after his family." And the nasty people on Twitter, those Jodie fans who spend their time on Twitter harassing people and they mock people, and so they took that tweet of that guy and were going, "Oh, it's not the BBC's fault, not Jodie's fault, because the government said that they couldn't." It's like, yeah, but the BBC must be aware, that they spend all their time telling people to stay at home on the BBC News, and there they are out, enjoying themselves, getting paid, and
double standards.
Yeah, and it's bad optics, and it doesn't matter what the government says, really. I mean, just think about how it plays out in the public sphere, and their response was very callous as usual, and not really empathetic to this guy's intent. I don't think it was particularly having a go at the BBC particularly or Doctor Who particularly, but he was voicing his frustration. Yeah, I mean, it's affecting this guy's life, his family life, and it's something that a lot of people can relate to. And rather than show an ounce of humanity about him, they were mocking him. And it's like, yeah, that really does go to prove, their absolute disdain for the working class. A lot of these people are middle class fuckwits. Yeah. They're all like 20-something who've never had responsibility in their lives.
Who've had lots of privilege.
A lot of privilege, and they've had white kids, and
they've had the most.
Yeah, supremacist, like their sanctimonious supremacy.
Right.
So you just want to put that there.
Sorry, Lee, I'll just chime in. Just in a nutshell, they've had the most amount of privilege of any generation.
Fuck. Yeah, absolutely. And they expect it. It's, and they put themselves above everyone else because they are morally superior. They are sanctimonious little twats. And they showed absolutely zero empathy. For me, that shows serious signs of sociopathy.
I just went to the post office before this, and I was walking down the road, and there was loads of people just doing their own stuff. I remember when we first went in lockdown, there was hardly anybody on the street, but now, I mean, it doesn't feel like lockdown at all. Down where I am, everybody's doing their thing.
Well, you're allowed to do essential stuff, but technically you should be at home.
I had a phone call today, this morning. It rang out. I didn't know the number, so I didn't answer it. And then it immediately left a voicemail. And I listened to the voicemail. It just said, "Stay at home." It's like an automated voice. Yeah. Stay safe, stay at home, or something like that. And I was just like,
dear.
Very weird. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
I will say, somebody's mic is scrunching, by the way. I will say, I kind of had a little epiphany about lockdown the other day when I was... hold on. Let's see if you can pick this up. Yeah, it's you. Stay home. Fucking hell. Jesus.
No, just play that again.
North Korea.
No idea what that was from.
North Korea comes to Somerset.
Just out of the blue.
Jesus.
Is that where you are? Somerset?
Yeah.
As I said, when I go to the local supermarket and get the shopping, and it's the only kind of walking I will do because it's local. So the one thing I have noticed about lockdown is that when you're walking down the streets, it makes you very suspicious of everybody.
Sorry.
Just makes you very suspicious of everybody. And that's not good.
I'm not, but I can understand why people...
Yeah, so do I. I with Lee. I don't...
Oh, it must be me then.
Yeah, I don't if I'm going to go past someone, I'm going to go past someone because
Yeah, we have
I
to.
really
Yeah,
don't believe it's as bad as everybody's saying it is, because people would be dropping in the street if it was. Every day I'm listening to the radio and they say thousands have died or the number's gone up, whatever. But around my area, you know, people are walking around doing their thing.
But when they're saying that, you know, NHS hospitals get extra money for if someone dies of this thing, that makes me question, you know, like the motives, you know, because we hear it so many times that people who had nothing, no symptoms, whatever, but they die from something, it gets put down as the coof.
Has anyone seen any footage on any of the news bulletins on TV? Yeah, footage of people in the actual hospital themselves trying to breathe, and you know, hundreds
not really.
of people. And I haven't either, so it makes me question the whole.
Well, there was that guy. There was a was it a woman? I think it's a woman actually who went into a hospital in America, and she was taking like a footage. No, I think it was a guy actually. Now I'm thinking of it. Walking around the hospital. He got arrested because he was filming around the hospital, showing how empty it was.
Yeah.
And someone else did it in the UK as well. I think it was a nurse. She was going around, and there was nothing. There was like empty corridors. You know. Like crickets, you know.
I mean, I'm not stupid to think that it doesn't.
Yeah, and the flu numbers diminished to 0 as well.
Yeah, it exists. Definitely.
A message from the dead.
I don't know whether it is as bad as they are saying, because, as I said, if it was an epidemic and people would be dropping in the streets, you know, I would know someone that actually, I do know 2 people, but you know, 2 people. I mean, they're saying thousands of people, you know. And there was this Newsnight episode. Did you see that one where the woman said, to explain how many people have died recently, they showed you a picture of the Olympics, you know, when we had the Olympics here, and they showed the crowd,
right,
the Olympics, and they said that's how many people have died. And I'm like, well, really? I'm like, well, you know, it just doesn't feel like what they're saying is happening. I don't know, maybe I'm stupid, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know.
It just seems to be not right.
It feels like a con. That's what it feels like.
I don't know. I just don't know where it's going to end. Yeah, going back to the Doctor Who thing with the guy who saw the filming, it wouldn't be so bad if you knew that some, you know, like a decent episode was coming down the line, but you just know it's going to be shite.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, according to Noel and the rabbi, it's that episode was all right. The one on
I did see
the
that.
clips I've seen just made my toes curl, and I thank God for that comedy edit. That for me would have been probably better than watching the original. So I'd highly recommend watching that version. But yeah, I mean, I watched some clips on YouTube of the of Jodie's performance, and it was just so bad. Like, she cannot act the Doctor.
The question keeps coming up in my mind is why, if you want to create diversity, why not create new characters? Why not create a new show? Why not, you know, do what you're supposed to do, which is diversity, create shows for Black people. So is
it so bad? Is it so bad and so terrible of me to think that a character that has been a stale, pale male man, right, for over 50 years, can't just that one character remain like that, like consistently? I mean, it's, you know, I mean, we've loved characters like Bill, we've loved characters like Leela, and we've loved characters like Nardal, we've loved characters like, you know, he's played by a gay white man, okay? We've had Captain Jack that's universally loved. I just don't see why we can't have diversity in these great characters. I love watching The Expanse. That show is fucking filled to the brim with diversity. Strong female characters, LGBT characters, Black, white, Asian, you name it. And it's fantastic.
They've brought back the Equalizer.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Queen Latifah is the Equalizer.
You're kidding.
I'm not.
No.
So it's gone from Edward Woodward to
Iwan Woo-Woo.
Yeah, to
Denzel Washington.
Who was the guy who played it in the film? Denzel Washington.
I thought it
was great. I loved that. It didn't have the theme tune.
The films were great. The films were great, to be fair.
And now we've got Queen Latifah. I mean, you can see what they're doing here. You know, it's just like we're going to take away that from you evil white guys, and we're going to give it progressively to black. I mean, it's always a black woman. It's like or a white woman, but it's never like an Asian woman or
Or a
Indian
black
What, you
man.
mean
woman.
from Vladivostok?
Yes, of course. But you know, it just seems to me like we want your toys. Give it to me so I can break your toys. That's what it seems like to me.
I just
Rather
don't
than
understand,
creating
right?
something of your own.
If you're gonna do the Equalizer with Queen Latifah, why not just create a new character
Or a
for
new
her
show,
to be,
yeah.
so that she could claim to be that character, rather than sticking her into an existing character that everybody knows, that everybody likes.
Is
no
her
sense.
name Roberta McCall?
I have no idea, right? But the thing is, though, I'll tell you one thing, though, she does look like she can kick 2 shades out of.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
wouldn't
no,
want to mess,
fuck with
you
it,
wouldn't
yeah,
want to
yeah.
mess with Queen Latifah, that's for sure.
I like
might be
Queen
it might be
Latifah.
amazing.
I like her.
I like her. I
Yeah,
like her too.
she's a good actress, and she's a, well, when she was a singer, she was a good singer. But yeah,
I
sorry,
like that.
guys.
No, I was
Soul.
Yeah,
I was just going to
Once
say,
again, Queen Latifah is back.
as soon as you see anything like this, it's just the bullshit meter starts.
Yeah, it just seems so
starts
cynical.
tingling.
It's cynical. It's not done for artistic reasons. It's not done
Look at it
for
this way.
valid reasons. It's done for political
Look at
reasons.
it that
Yeah.
way.
And it's so cynical and transparent. It just
Cynical.
it just seems like a punishment.
That's what you are.
they
It's
could
a punishment.
Thanks very
literally
much.
call the
Chocolate
show
bar.
The Guardian or something like that, and create a new character for it. It could be the same as the Equalizer, the same
The
premise.
subtractor.
Just give her a different name and give the
You
show
are
a different
woo-woo,
name. It could be, you know, and then
You
people will
almost
know
equalise
her.
it.
If it's a huge success, people will know her for that show
But
rather
it
than
ain't
Do you want to hear my
equalised with
equalizer?
agency.
took over
Do you want to
this
hear
show.
it? I'll do. Do you want to hear my equalizer?
Yeah,
Of
go
course
on,
you do.
Cockney. You've said nothing so
Right.
far. Go on.
I've been waiting for my moment. Right. Ready? This. I'm not doing Queen
Secret of
Latifah.
comedy.
Mama gave birth to the soul children. No, this is me doing Edward Woodward. But as Mr. Brown pointed out, why has he got so many D's in his name? Why is that, Mr. Brown?
Because if he didn't have any D's in his name, it'd be
Because he
Eli
likes
Woo.
D.
There you go. All right. Problem being with the talking over the punchline. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
Nice one, Lee.
Yeah, nice one, Lee. Good work, fella. So here we go. Right, my impersonation of the Equalizer, as played by Edward Woodward. Put the gun down, or I will blow your head off. Way, that's it.
Is that your question? That's
It's
hilarious.
like he's in the room, isn't it? You know what I mean?
It was, to be fair, it was very good. I was straight into that then. Well done, mate. That was excellent.
Later on, I'll do the Teletubbies as sung by David Bowie, but I'll save that for later.
Bowie.
I think, yeah, it was. Oh,
Actually, it's
fighting
well.
talk.
Actually, sir, I do like a bit of the old oral pedantry, and I looked it up. And in fact, actually, you know this. You know Bowie. Have you heard of Zoe?
Bowie.
It's a whole other story. Bowie. Have you heard of Zoe?
Tomato.
It's a whole
Zoe
other
Bowie.
story. Okay, I looked it up. He's named after the knife, and that's Bowie. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, but he pronounces it Bowie.
But he doesn't pronounce it anything now, does he?
He did
No,
pronounce
he
it.
doesn't, unfortunately.
Bowie, David's Bowie.
Bowie.
Wizard's Bowie. I want to see. I want a YouTube link in the chat, please. Fact checkers. I'd like to hear oral evidence
Tupac.
from David's Bowie about how to pronounce.
From
Is it
David
Basinger
Bowie.
or Bess?
Well,
Is it
here's one for you.
Basinger
If you
or
type into
Basinger?
YouTube how David Bowie pronounces David Bowie, I think you'll find it.
I'll get the answer. Tinky Winky, Dipsy, La La Po. All right, moving on. All right,
Just,
I have to say,
can-
Doctor Who.
Can I just ask a question? Going back to all this kind of New World Order and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm
How
totally.
does it feel to treat me like you do?
Wah,
Where
wah,
you
wah,
lay-
wah, wah,
Oh,
wah,
sorry.
wah, wah.
Oh, sorry, New World Order.
Obviously, it's commonly known on the channel that I'm thick as pig shit.
How dare you,
Where
that's my name.
where do you think we would be now if the internet wasn't invented?
Oh, welcome to
Happier.
hypothetical alternate realities. Well, in Universe 74C, the one where George Lucas did write episode 789, I think you'll find that everything turned out well. No one had the coof and Kathleen coffee. What's the
There
question?
wouldn't be as much mental illness around if it wasn't. Listen, I think
And
we
here
have
we
to
are
draw a
now.
distinction between the internet and social media. I think those two are very different
Right.
things.
Nice.
I'd agree with that.
Internet.
I know one
So-
needs the other, but the other one doesn't need the other, if you know what I mean. Like the,
So
social
it's,
media, the internet doesn't need social media.
The social media
Zuckerberg's
needs
fault.
That's a, why? All right, who's on Facebook? Who's on Facebook? Geek, are you on Facebook?
Me?
Yeah,
No, I said Geek. Wait your turn, Brown.
yeah, I'm on Facebook.
Sorry.
You're right. Why? Mega Geek? Because, I mean, it's not for me to judge, but why? Why are you
Yeah,
doing
I
that?
know.
Why?
Well, the reason why I'm on Facebook is to do with my business, basically, and my family. My family around the world, they get information from me from Facebook, basically.
Do they not like renting on Twitter?
No, they don't. In fact, I'm only on Twitter because of.
What if they're in North Dakota? That's topical. You fuck then, aren't you? They're not
Well,
on
I
Facebook.
I have
And
cousins
rightly
in
so.
America and
Or
stuff.
is it?
Cockney.
Censors. Sorry. I'm making a serious point, though. If hypothetically, I'm not to speak for where Mega Geek has family, but these days we've all got family everywhere. But just hypothetically, if I did have relatives in North Dakota, then I wouldn't be able to get in touch with them on Facebook because Facebook's been shut down.
Has it? No, it hasn't.
Yes, sir. Oh, denial of facts. Fact checkers, please, in the chat. North Dakota has banned Facebook. Do keep
has
up.
it?
Are you in North Dakota now? Because you're obviously not getting the news on Twitter, are you?
Oh, I
Know
thought
what
you
I
said
mean?
Facebook is shut down. I was like, no, it
In
ain't.
North Dakota.
Oh,
Listen.
in North Dakota. Okay.
Listen, Cockney,
Fair enough.
nobody likes a smart ass. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, that's true. No one likes me.
Well, I don't
I'm
like
not
an
Millwall that
unkempt
way.
one. So
No one likes me. I don't care, clearly. But to be fair, I do try and listen in between the talking and waiting to talk, which are my two favourite pastimes. And, it did start off with the mega key, the mega... Start rewind that back.
Easy for you to
Mega
say.
Geek, the mega geek. I must practice that more than 12
He
hours a
loves
day.
you, Ian.
The
You know that,
mega
don't you? He
geek.
loves you.
Oh dear.
I like a guy that's writing a script. It's all right. I'm not outside your house.
We
right
haven't
now.
even gotten to what we want to talk about yet.
What do we
Well,
want to
Mega
talk
Geek
about?
asked a question. Have
This
we
is just the
answered
warm up,
it?
mate. We'll get going in about 10 minutes.
Somebody sent me a
all.
cap this morning, and I don't know
Yeah,
who
exactly.
it was.
Screw your
Um,
own question.
A
What-
NASA
what was on-
cap.
Dutch cap.
NASA.
Is she? NASA? What?
NASA. A NASA cap somebody sent me, and I don't even know who it was.
What's a NASA cap? Sounds
'Cause
rude.
it's the
Do
Neil
talk
Armstrong.
on.
Yeah, the third cap I've been
He is now.
by different people. It's crazy.
Ian
What is
likes
it?
caps.
We've got fans.
I do, but I don't understand why people keep sending me them. Though, the last one I got sent.
Caps?
Yeah, caps.
Dutch-
Baseball caps.
Oh, the penny has dropped. Right.
Not Dutch
okay.
caps.
But ironically, you're not wearing a baseball cap in your picture.
No, because I'm English. I wear flat cap, don't I?
You've gone for the
That's,
Jethro Tull. No,
To be
it's
fair,
got- yeah, well,
Cockney, you should be
Yes.
wearing Ian's flat cap. To be fair,
Wow. Oh, it's an interesting concept. Am I English? Well, I
you
was
got
born
get
in
a
Poland,
miniature.
so mostly.
You got to get a miniature flat cap for your icon, your Spock.
I'm the
Yeah.
expat immigrant. I'm annoying to everyone in all countries at the same time. Whatever nationality you don't like, I'm that. Whee!
Yeah, it's an odd one.
But yes, I
What's-
should, according to the Magic Geek there, the Mega Geek. Oh, sorry, it's my eyesight. See, I've got to say his name more than 12 hours a day. It's just not. How's that script going? The thing is, you're saying you literally said I'm basically culturally bound to wearing a flat cap. I mean, I agree. I don't like the baseball cap, even though I'm technically part American, if that's technically possible. Yet another debate. But anyway, I don't like the baseball cap for me or anyone that wears one.
So what did you say? You're half American, so that means you're half American,
quarter.
half Cockney.
My mama's mama, she is Irish American, so that
Vulcan.
makes I'm so confused. I'm not going to list everybody, just all the countries.
You're
I'm all the
confusing me, mate.
countries. It's very modern, isn't it? I was ahead of the curve. Polish, straight in the 70s, before it was fashionable. You know what I mean? Paved the way. Chain migration. Come on, lads, in you go. Let's do it. Hey, you know what I
Are
mean?
you sure you're not from the Fast Show, mate?
Could be. Do you know what? That poor White House has always been on the blower. I'm like, mate, there's more than one of us. Don't be a stereotype. You know what I mean? I know. Shall I come up with a? Maybe I should focus more on the Spock aspect of my character
You
and
should.
be more logical. Carve a path because I like a bit of the old science. I even like the word science. Bit of the old etymology. It's scienza, isn't it? Bit of the old Latin. Just knowledge. Just knowing stuff. Reality, which, as you mentioned about 23 minutes ago, or minute, as we like to say in the old Latin. But whatever I was talking about is true. Knowledge is power. Scienza potestas est.
Or
The
philos.
thing is, we are
in Greek.
philosophy. The Greek, always going back further. The Greek, sir, that'll be extra. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, we
It's
like
good.
knowledge, but a lot of people fear it, and that's why we're here to say yes.
That's why
Whatever the
they're on
reality
Twitter.
is, I want to know. I'm scared. That's why I went silent earlier. I went from tears to laughter and back again. You guys got me so depressed, but I climbed out.
You
of
need
it.
to have a you need to have a decaf shot, mate.
It is. I'm gonna get the kettle on. But what I'm saying is, anyone thinks, oh, it's a bit bleak out there. It is, or it can be. But we've got to plough through. We've got to stay the course, chaps. Because Jodie Whittaker's out there doing stuff. Why can't we?
I don't know, mate.
Apparently,
Well, she's
Is,
out there, but I don't think she can do stuff. So.
Through line.
Just a quick question: is everybody available? So, if I end this stream at 1 hour and then we all go make a coffee, are we okay for a part 2 for an hour?
Yes.
well, I'm on Dan stream at 4. So
Yeah,
I can't
well,
go
yeah.
over
Well,
that.
it's 1 o'clock now. So in 9 minutes, we'll just have a little break, go make a coffee, and then back on within 5 minutes and do another hour. So that'd be 2 o'clock, Ian. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine. Fine with me.
Because
Yes.
we kind of decided that 2 hour is just too much. So just kind of so it's so people can dip in, if you know what I mean. So
How many people are dipping
With a
in?
bag of sherbet.
we've at the moment we've got 495,000 viewers.
Yes. Results.
So if
Jody box.
if there's anything you want to plug it now. How many hats, how many baseball caps have you got then, Ian? Did you say?
It must be come up to about 11 now.
What's your favourite one?
My favourite one is
The one that says,
show.
I don't like baseball caps.
No, I've got 2 favourite ones. I've got the one that Julie sent me, which is an American one.
Which is
I think it's some team or something like some baseball team. I can't remember what it is. But
Okay.
Can I just point out, we're talking about baseball caps, and here I am with a fabulous Homburg.
What's a Homburg?
Well, it's the hat you see in my profile.
Oh, but that's not you though.
That is me, though.
Is
that
that you?
you?
Ah,
Oh wow, I did not know that. So that's
it
what
is
you
I,
look like.
Leclerc.
In black and
I
white,
hate-
anyway.
I hate you, Lee. You've got everything. You've got looks, you've got hats, you've got a cool fucking fag hanging out your
It's-
mouth.
It's
Yeah,
literally black
Really
and
cool
white.
hat.
I'm on roll-ups now, though, sadly.
You're good doing music videos. Yeah, fucking. I hate you, bastard.
It's a really good hat. It's a really nice hat.
Thank you.
Fucker.
I like my hat. I used to, that hat's gone now. I've got a black Homburg.
Listen, Sklavko is not a handsome lad. He's not a bad lad, if you know what I mean.
Ooh, what?
Lee gets it. He's not a bad lad, are you?
Who, me?
No, him stood behind you.
Oh, him. We don't talk about him.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but hey. that's
Neither
right.
do I, mate. Ian, do you like Terminator 2?
Yeah.
Nice
It's a good movie.
segue.
It's a good movie. Why?
While I was in the loft the other week, I found a Terminator 2, the ride baseball cap from what's the place in California? The
What's that?
Universe.
Universal Studios.
Yeah. You know,
right.
the 3D movie thing. What they did.
Yeah, I went to see that. That was quite good.
Did you not buy the hat then?
No, of course not. Of course not. That was a long time ago. That was a long time ago.
It was. I found it in the loft, and I was kind of thinking if I should give it to you.
It's up to you, mate. It's a bit add to my collection of hats, I guess.
You can have it if you want.
Nostromo hat as well.
You've got what? Sorry,
the Nostromo hat that Brett wears in Alien. It's one of my favourites as well. Doesn't fit me too well though. It looks great. That hat looks great.
Is it because your head's too big or too small?
No, it's just the shape of it. The shape because
what, the head?
No, it's just the shape of the cap. There's different shapes, isn't there?
Right size, wrong shape.
Hats are a certain hats suit certain people, and some hats, no matter how much you like them, don't necessarily always look right.
Yep, that's true.
What's your hat again?
You've got the wrong shape head on.
I got my other hat. I've got like a Baker Boys hat as well. I like the sort of 20s and 30s look as well.
I've got a trilby. I used to wear a trilby when I was a student.
I like a nice fedora, a wide.
Indiana Jones. Yeah,
hell yeah.
Fedora.
So you're a hat
Fedora. You what?
I said you, sir, are a hat slut. You have
I am
hats.
a hat slut.
Yeah, he's just a slut.
That too.
Hey, that's his business. But because I'm a serial monogamist when it comes to hats and other things.
You're a serial mahoganist.
Is that what you put?
I obsessively wear
on
one hat for 7 years and then I ditch it like a bitch and then move on to the next one.
You whore.
No, but I'm faithful for the 7 years like a bloody albatross over here. Give me some credit. I've been wearing that hat since 2012. Not just that style of hat, that actual hat. The irony being is that I got it from a magic shop for $2 and it's more durable than any item of clothing I've ever owned in my entire life, including a Zippo lighter. That's a $2 Bowler Brothers hat. That is my signature look. Gary has stolen it from me. Not the hat, the look. That is my look. Copyright me and the Thompson twins. And Charlie Chaplin.
Gary so wants to be English, though. That's really funny, isn't it?
He's an Anglophile, yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
Do you like his bowler hat?
It's quite funny because if you ask Gary to say bollocks, he can't say it. He says it really weird.
Well, he says roof really weird as well. He says roof.
Yeah, and he also says mate, but it doesn't sound right when he says it.
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi.
I like how they seem to be adopting the word shite, which is quite good.
Yeah, well, that's
wanker.
Yeah, but that's what Gary says.
Wanker
doesn't sound right when he says it, does it? It really doesn't sound right. But he needs to learn how to say it in context, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Robert Meyer Burnett cannot say twat.
Twat.
He goes, something completely different in America.
They say twat,
I'm a
don't they?
twat.
But originally it was twat. Originally it was twat, because the word, I think, from what I remember, sprung from the private schools in the public. We call them public schools, but private schools in America. And it was twat. It was twat. You twat. But it became twat. I like mixing two words together, so I came up with twant. You twant. Yeah.
Well, that's the hour. What's the other word that you've mixed to? Is it pub?
That's the only one. I've been lazy.
Were you on the River Thames? Is that what happened?
No, he did one and he just thought it was a bad idea, so he kind of gave it up.
No, I thought it was.
Well, they've covered
past that brilliance.
See,
that's what it was.
For the oral connoisseur that pays attention to the conversation, which is hopefully including us four
Nobody.
And the audience. Yeah, well, who knows? But just to prove, right? Well, I'm testing you all now. We've covered accents, which I think is a beautiful subsection of oral, the pronunciation of words, rightly or wrongly, because sometimes a shift in a vowel can change the actual word. But sometimes the corresponding spelling, but not always. English is a tricky fucking language, isn't it? Sorry, mate. Parlez-vous Polish?
Unless you're English. Well,
anyway,
I'll agree with that.
Twat, and then the evolution of words. It's a mistake today. Tomorrow it's a step. That's what dictionary, mate.
There's a really good video on YouTube about the evolution of the English language, and it goes right back to Old English. And this guy just reads this. This line of text, and he does it throughout all the different iterations of the English language throughout history. It's fascinating. Really interesting. Check it out.
And on that, shall we call it a draw on this 1 hour and then come back in about 10 minutes?
Right.
Mainly this is for Ian because the last 2-3 days, Ian, Cockney Spock has just been banging on about you non-stop. So
you said you would kill him.
He's standing you.
He loves you. He loves you. He loves you, mate.
I love all you guys.
I love you.
Very, very worried.
Everything's exactly. You've just ruined it for everyone. He's worried. Problem being's jealous. Everyone's miserable.
I'm just bitter.
Try that. I'll have a pint. Thanks very much. Whatever you're having. Well, on that horrible note, it ruined the entire dynamic of the group. Now, thanks very much. Look, now what it is.
My pleasure.
You've got half the truth. I'll respect you and love you that much when you finish your script. Okay, that's the hour.
Well. Are we going to get another link, or is it? The same?
I will send you. Cockney, shut the fuck up, will you?
I'm doing a segue. We're going to be talking about not me.
Oh, okay.
It's all right. I've muted him now. Cockney Spock is a wanker.
Oh dear.
What do you think? Problem being, do you think he's a bit of a wanker?
I think he's a bit of a twant.
He's all right. He's just excited. That's all. To be
fair, Ian, when you're on, I get excited, so I know how he feels. So, shall we give it 10 minutes? Go make we'll go make a drink and then just look out for the link. Yeah, so it'll be about 10 minutes. Yeah.
All right, no worries.
All right, anybody who's watching this, I'll stick another link up in about 10 minutes. Cheers, guys. See you in a bit. Bye.
Bye.